The alien flagship, Vrathar's Might, loomed over the holographic display table, its surface shimmering with images of Earth's fleet. General Kalar leaned over, a smirk plastered across his reptilian features. Is this a pathetic joke? These are the invaders of Earth? We'll wipe them out without breaking a sweat. Laughter erupted from his officers around the table. They were a fearsome collective of the Valgari species, known for their ruthless efficiency in battle. Officer Threx shrugged, his scales gleaming under the control console's light. Perhaps we should let them surrender first, save us the trouble. On Earth, Commander Alex Reyes stood in the command center, watching the reports stream in. The chatter amongst his crew only amplified the weight pressing down on his chest. Old ships, once proud, were all that remained of humanity's interstellar fleet. A mixture of aging technology and clunky design reflected their desperate attempt at defense. That's them, he muttered, running a hand through his hair as he stared at the feed. We need to prove them wrong. Their dismissive laughter will be our motivation. Commander, Jackson, the lead engineer, approached him. We've made some modifications to the fleet. Old tech can still surprise them, if we use it wisely. Alex nodded, trying to muster confidence despite the heavy breaths of doubt creeping in. As he scanned the room filled with faces, filled with worry and determination, he caught sight of a news broadcast in the corner of the screen. The anchor's voice echoed through the center. Experts predict humanity's pathetic defense is no match for the Valgari might. Can we really stand up to their advanced technology? Suddenly the screen shifted to footage of the alien fleet, their pristine ships glinting in the light of distant stars. And behind that, a well-measured laugh from Kalar resonated. The alien's amusement was palpable, a challenge wearing a mask of arrogance. Not for long, Alex whispered, fire igniting in his gut. He had a plan, a way to harness human ingenuity. He leaned in towards his crew. They think they know us. Let's show them the spirit of humankind. Days dwindled as Earth's fleet prepared for the inevitable confrontation. The command center buzzed with activity. The scent of coffee mixing with the sharp tang of metal filled the air, invigorating yet heavy with trepidation. Commander, Jackson said, thrusting over a blueprint. We've installed the new cloaking device on Defiance. It won't make us invisible, but it will mask our heat signatures from their detection systems. Alex studied the schematics, biting his lip. Will it hold up against their sensors? We need every edge we can get. Jackson grinned, a spark of eager defiance in his eyes. I'm confident, but it'll take guts to use it effectively during the engagement. Encouraged by Jackson's enthusiasm, Alex turned towards his crew, his voice resonating in the cramped room. Listen up. We might be laughed at now, but when the confrontations begin, we'll show them who we really are. Every one of you is integral. Our ingenuity lies within each of us, and together we will outsmart them. As the weight of his words settled over the crew, motivated whispers spread like wildfire. Alex felt the rising tide of determination, but beneath that, anxiety bubbled. Anxiety he couldn't afford to show. Preparations continued. The fleet consisted of colossal cargo ships modified to convey makeshift weaponry and smaller interceptors, all bearing the scars and stories of past missions. Each vessel told a tale of humanity's trials and adaptation. On the day the aliens were scheduled to arrive, a wave of silence fell over the command center. Faces were tense, eyes darting, whispers of fear barely audible against the noise of tech humming. Let's not forget what's at stake, Alex said, standing tall on the command pod. Look around this room. These ships may look old, but the hearts driving them beat strong. History has shown that outnumbered and outgunned, humanity can innovate and endure. Just then, a deep, resonating alarm blared throughout the center. A technician shouted, "Incoming ships detected. It's the Valgari fleet." The screen flickered, revealing a swarm of sleek, menacing ships approaching Earth. The crew collectively held their breath. With urgency painted across his face, Alex snapped into action. All crew members to battle stations. We may be outnumbered, but we will not back down. As the air crackled with tension, they took their positions, minds racing and hearts pounding. The crew members readied themselves to fight for their home, driven by the fierce reality of their preparations, prepared to rewrite the ending of their story. The battlefield came to life, and chaos erupted as Earth's defense fleet launched into a feigned retreat, drawing the Valgari closer. Alex gripped the command console, feeling the pulse of the ship beneath him. "Remember our training. Follow my lead and stay focused." With the enemy ships now in range, the crew lined up their shots, their fingers hovering above the firing buttons. The Valgari laughed at the insignificance of their quarry, but that laughter would be their undoing. "Fire!" Alex commanded, a determined roar spilling from his lips. The aged Earth ships erupted with weapons fire, sending out streams of dazzling energy toward the onrushing invaders. Surprised, the Valgari fleet recalibrated, but it was too late. A volley of shots found its mark. One agile Galadris-class ship from the aliens' ranks lost its engines, spiraling out of control as pandemonium erupted on the flagship. "Look at them splutter!" Kalar shouted to his officers, waving dismissively. "This won't even last a moment." But Alex seized the moment, following through with tactical intuition. "Now, engage cloaking!" The Defiance shimmered as the newly installed system kicked in, veiling their heat signature. "Engaging!" Jackson's voice rang above the chaos. The crew watched closely as the Defiance zipped through a flanking maneuver, catching the Valgari by surprise. "Drop down to low altitude and execute the narrow pass," Alex instructed, adrenaline pumping as they deftly navigated the battlefield. As the enemy fire erupted around them, the crew fought back, spirits lifting. Defiance danced through the enemy fleet, deploying unconventional strategies that bewildered their once cocky foes. Instead of succumbing to fear, they embraced the chaos, rallying together as a formidable team, a bright spark of defiance. "Keep it tight, don't give them room," Alex encouraged their team, pushing toward uncharted territory. The aliens stared dumbfounded as the humans executed unexpected flanking maneuvers, crippling their ability to coordinate. After what felt like an eternity, the crew landed a remarkable blow, sending another ship spiraling away from the fight. Cheers erupted, igniting a fierce sense of camaraderie amid uncertainty. But amidst the hard-fought triumph lay new challenges. An enemy cruiser, previously undetected, loomed into view, its weapons locking onto the Defiance. "Brace for impact," Jackson shouted as the ship rocked violently, alarms blaring. "Hold steady!" Despite the unease creeping into Alex's voice, he maintained command over the crew. "Return fire! We won't let them take us down!" The sound of explosions filled the air, a stark reminder of the battle's grueling pace. "Hold steady," he kept telling himself. Victory tasted sweet but fragile, like sugar caught in a storm. And yet, amid the fury, Alex began to feel the tide turning, determined to defy all odds, igniting hope in the hearts of those who stood by him. The war raged, but it was now clear that the tides were shifting. The forward momentum built on cunning strategies and human grit was more than just a series of skirmishes. It became a testament to the resolve of those fighting for Earth. Alex had devised countless maneuvers, leading the crew through narrow victories and losses alike. But as the battle mounted, another unexpected source of strength emerged: the crew's fierce determination to uphold their legacy. "Commander," Jackson shouted over the cacophony, "our long-range scanners indicate that the Valgari are regrouping for a counterattack." Alex's brow creased as he stared at the holographic display. "We have to disrupt their formation. If we maintain the initiative, we can prove we're no cakewalk." "Just tell me what you need, and I'll turn these rust buckets into nightmares," Jackson replied earnestly, his resolve as unyielding as the scrap metal that formed their ships. "All right, let's play them a symphony of mayhem," Alex declared, directing ships under their command toward the next target, a cluster of alien vessels regrouping dangerously close to their main fleet. As Alex's plan unfolded, he felt the thrill of combat wash over him, the fire of adrenaline intertwining with renewed confidence. "Flank them from both sides. Jackson, cover the central ship, the Resolute. They're setting up for a devastating assault." But just as their plan began to take shape, the unthinkable happened. A ship, caught in the crossfire while attempting to retreat, began transmitting a distress signal, and Alex felt the familiar weight of dread settle in. "Step it up! We can't afford to lose anyone!" he bellowed, frustration bleeding into his voice. He feared losing anyone beneath his command. The crew panicked outside the safety of their own ships, fighting to establish control over their smaller vessels. An explosion rocked the air, sending debris spiraling through the battlefield. "Regroup, fall back," Alex shouted, determination fueling his voice. Fueled by desperation, Alex seized the helm of the situation. "We need every ship operational. Save that team, even if it means risking ourselves." Echoes of his words galvanizing the crew surged through their ranks, nudging buried hopes to the surface. As Alex maneuvered the Defiance closer to the wreckage, he felt something click into place. A sense of community, a shared purpose in the face of danger. As they approached the coordinates of the distress signal, the desperate fight for survival demanded both strategy and heart. That moment etched itself into the minds of the crew as they witnessed something deeper at play. They fought tooth and nail alongside one another. Attempting recovery, they engaged in a series of rapid maneuvers, gliding through explosions and the debris-strewn space. "Hurry, engage that ship's backup systems," Alex barked. "We will not leave anyone behind." Just then, a screech echoed across the comms as the Xeno vessel shook violently from a blow. Alex's heart raced. Would he be able to save his crew in the face of such opposition? "Come on, Resolute, you can do this," he called, his voice trembling with urgency. Miraculously, the crew on board the rescue ship rose to the challenge, igniting a glow of determination in the face of fear. In a rare moment, Jackson's voice cut through the din. "We're gaining ground. They're drafting a signal for retreat. We're pushing them back." The crew on the Defiance erupted into cheers, invigorated by their shared tenacity. In a mixture of exhaustion and exhilaration, Alex realized that they had not only attempted to save their own, but forged a bond in the fire of battle. Every connection strengthened their resolve. As the dust settled, a new clarity washed over Alex. For them, it was more than overcoming adversity. It was about understanding the core of their humanity. In those moments of choice, courage prevailed. The battlefield had finally quieted, revealing the wreckage of battle. But among the debris lay something unexpected, shimmering under the starlight. A downed Valgari ship, its hull twisted but intact, beckoned to the crew. "Commander, we need to investigate it," Jackson urged, animated by newfound energy. "This could be our key advantage." Alex, equally intrigued and cautious, concurred. "All right, but we need to secure it before the Valgari regroup. We can't let anything slip through our fingers now." Suiting up for the pre-dawn operation, they boarded a small shuttle and navigated their way toward the downed vessel amidst the wreckage. The gravity of their situation weighed heavily, hanging in the air as they prepared for the unknown. "Keep your eyes sharp. Something's not right," Alex ordered as they touched down in a shimmering array of alien structures. The ship's exterior bore the scars of battle, but in those marks laid a secret waiting to be uncovered. They darted inside to find a control room still flickering with remnants of its systems. Jackson wasted no time racing toward a console. "Let's see what secrets this ship holds." Alex stood guard, vigilance heightened. "Don't touch anything until we know what we're dealing with," he warned, gripping the weapon at his side. "Relax. I'm a genius, remember?" With a few keystrokes, Jackson began to unlock the alien data core. As the systems hummed to life, holographic displays illuminated their surroundings, revealing files and blueprints for advanced weaponry and ships. Alex's eyes widened with realization. What they consider junk could be our launch pad to a counterattack. "We have the brains, we just need the will," Jackson said, a spark igniting in his eyes. "Let's download everything we can." Alex paused, recalling the eerie alien laughter echoing in his mind. "If we can turn a fraction of this technology to our advantage." Amid the fervor of discovery, an alarm blared through the ship. "Commander, we've been detected." A guttural warning reverberated throughout the remnants. Alex cursed under his breath. "Time to go. We'll have to split into 2 teams." They rushed toward the exit, adrenaline coursing through their veins. Outside, the weight of the moment weighed heavily. If they lost this technology now, they might as well hand Earth over to the Valgari. But as the squads took defensive positions, a new revelation emerged. An alien fighter pilot, who had previously engaged against them, appeared amidst the chaos. Instead of taking them down, however, the pilot hesitated, gauging the situation. "Stand back!" Alex yelled, raising his weapon. But the pilot raised their hands in a sign of peace. I am not your enemy," the female pilot said in fractured English. "You fought with spirit. You are unlike any humans I have encountered." "Why did you spare us?" Alex asked, mistrust shadowing his thoughts. "We are not all aligned with Kalar," she replied, her voice steadying. "You are good warriors. Your ingenuity is admirable. Do not let fear cloud your future." Caught off guard, Alex considered her words. "If you're with us, why not join in a truce?" The alien paused, uncertainty flickering in her eyes. "You underestimate the strength of humanity, but heeds this. To fight is one thing, trust is another. If you truly seek an alliance, you will need to prove that your resolve is stronger than fear." With that, the chaos around them moved rapidly, and Alex could feel his next steps bathed in the light of possibility. Days turned into nights as Earth's coordinated resistance evolved rapidly. The remnants of past battles had unearthed unexpected innovations, granting humanity a fighting chance. Still, apprehension loomed. Would they secure an alliance, or plunge into further conflict? In the command center, the atmosphere shifted as Alex stood at the podium, silhouetted by screens flickering with data and maps, illustrating the accumulation of their plans. "Listen up," his firm voice echoed, drawing the crew's attention. "We stand on the precipice of something undeniable. We are no longer the punchline of their jokes. Our victories have shown the Valgari what we're made of." The crew leaned in closer, fed on the pulse of camaraderie lingering in the air. "We have reason to believe that we can leverage the knowledge from Valgari technology to propel us forward. But this is not just about our technology. It's about building a future." "Can we trust the pilot?" someone asked hesitantly from the crowd. "Trust is earned," Alex acknowledged. "But if we want to strengthen our forces for a united front, we must risk our own prejudices." Plans metamorphosed into action, launching Earth's fleet into what would become the climactic confrontation. Jackson worked tirelessly alongside their new alien ally, each of them deeply committed to making the best use of the alien schematics. The day of the final engagement dawned bright against the endless void. On board Defiance, the final checks were underway, yet an atmosphere of resolve enveloped the crew. The alien pilot, who identified herself as Nira, moved among them, fostering understanding and sharing insights about Valgari tactics. As the fleet approached the coordinates where their enemies had gathered for a final strike, Alex felt the adrenaline racing through him. "We know Kalar will underestimate our attempts again. Use that to your advantage." His crew stood resolute as they set their formations. One by one, they powered up the thrusters of their adapted vessels, thrusting into the fray along with Nira's advanced ships. "Stay sharp," Alex advised, knowing the stakes were high. "Eyes on the target. Maneuver to direct their incoming fire to cover one another." The clash of technology rumbled, and Alex felt the pressure rise as they breached the formation of the Valgari fleet. They were dancing more than fighting now, each vessel performing synchronized maneuvers, turning the sheer strength of their enemies against them. Within moments, their first victory materialized as a portion of Kalar's fleet fell victim to the aggression and ingenuity of humanity. "Press on! Forward!" Alex roared as alien ships unfurled new weapons, hybrids of Valgari design and human ingenuity, rappelling effectively into their opposition. But Kalar's forces regrouped, inciting a renewed wave of ferocity. As the specter of despair crept in, Alex summoned the strength inside, his voice unwavering. "We can't falter now. Go for the heart of their formation." With that, a surge of renewed energy washed through the crew, each vessel willing to risk it all as they dove deeper into chaos. It was a battle of resilience, the kind humanity had known for ages. Nira's keen eyes remained vigilant amidst the fray, targeting threats as they flew side by side. Under the chaos, even Kalar, who once dismissed them, now grappled with the realization that Earthlings were not as pathetically outmatched as he once thought. "Push them back! We are their reckoning!" Alex bellowed as blinding flashes lit the darkness of space, marking triumphs intertwined with the pangs of loss. But as the flagship loomed before them, it became clear that victory required sacrifices. They could hear Kalar through the comms, roaring in fury. "Prepare for the final shot," Alex barked, knowing this encounter could be their last. The combined forces of human and Valgari began charging a barrage aimed directly at Kalar's position. Sweat dripped from Alex's brow as his voice surged through the crew's spirits. "This is our future. Take aim and fire." As the pulse of their weapon drained from existence into pure impact, the ensuing explosion signaled not just victory, but profound transformation. In that moment, what once was insignificance unfolded into a new legacy, resonating through both human and alien hearts, forever altering the chances of survival. In the aftermath of battle, as smoke and remnants of the conflict dissipated, a fragile sense of peace settled. Earth's crew emerged victorious, but not without scars. The weight of their encounters was etched onto their very beings. Alex surveyed the scene, relief flooding over him as he witnessed fellow crew members, battered yet standing tall, rallying together. They had fought back against incredulity, claiming the respect they deserved. "Our combined efforts spoke volumes," Jackson noted. A grin spread across his face despite the grime. "They'll think twice about underestimating us again." Slowly, Valgari ships, that once considered them menial, began moving into formation, an invitation to build a new foundation. Nira stood by Alex's side, eyes filled with the promise of collaboration. "Commander," Nira said softly, "your actions today defied expectations. The alliance between our peoples is possible." With a steady hand, Alex extended the olive branch. "If we can learn from one another, perhaps we can pave the way forward." Eyes from both sides held a glimmer of curiosity, envisioning a future once clouded in doubt. A moment of silence enveloped them as humanity's newfound strength began to manifest in unity, roots of respect binding them. As they prepared to return home, Alex reflected on their journey. From being a laughingstock to queuing up a fight, the shared battle forged a resilience that transcended fear. With open hearts and renewed hope, he made eye contact with Nira and his crew, knowing they would not walk alone into the future. "It's time to share what we've learned," he declared. "Together, we will shape tomorrow." Shifting gears, the fleet surged forward, a united front against whatever threats lay ahead, a testament to transformation fueled by the indelible spirit of humanity. From this day onward, they would no longer be the butt of a joke. They would be a force to reckon with, heralding an unforgettable legacy.